We are live on TikTok on a Monday afternoon, and no one's here yet, but this will be on the recording. Hey Julia, nice to see you. Very excited to be here on this Monday. It is a crazy snow day where I am right now. Why don't you let me know in the chat where you are today? Because I am in Toronto, Canada, and today was supposed to be the first day back at school after being closed down for the last week or two, and it's a giant snow day. Like, some people can't even open their front doors. I live in a condo, so I can open my front door, but it's pretty crazy. Hi, nice to see everyone. I'm so excited to go live, first of all, because I love getting a chance to speak with you and catch up with you. And then second of all, because in a few minutes, I will be joined by Austin, who you may know as Socialty Pro, and we're going to be talking all about content repurposing. You have a call with Google Tag Manager at 3, scintillating, I'm sure. Actually, I've worked with that team twice recently, and they're really helpful. So I'm glad that you're going to be able to get on a call with them and get whatever you need sorted out with Google Tag Manager. Hi to those that are just joining. My name is Jill. I'm so excited to talk about content repurposing today. I actually just hired 2 people for my business to help with content repurposing. And Austin, who will be joining us shortly, is also a content repurposing expert. So really excited to be able to dive in with into that with you today. Say that 5 times fast. I'm also calling you from my closet right now. This is my closet with a UV light because we're having internet issues on this snow day. So it's been quite a day over here in the Gales household today. And so those who are here, I would love to hear from you. What do you do? What's your business? Or are you a marketer? Or what are you hoping to learn about content repurposing today? I'm so excited to be able to share what I've been doing that's working really well for my business. And Austin will be joining us in a few minutes. You may know him as Socialty Pro, and he'll also be sharing his tips. Julia, is there a way I could watch this later? Absolutely. Everything is being recorded that I'm saying right now, and I will be throwing this up onto my YouTube channel this evening, and I believe Austin will be doing the same on his. So if you have to leave, which I know you do, my link is in my bio to my YouTube channel, and this recording will be up ASAP, so you can catch it all then, and of course, you know how to find me if you have any questions afterwards. And hi to those that are just joining. My name is Jill, aka the Google Pro, and I've been growing my business a ton through content repurposing, so I'm really excited to dive into this topic with you today. User says, not sure what time it is for you, but good evening for you from my place. Thank you so much. It is 3 p.m. for me. I'm on Eastern time in very snowy Toronto, Canada. No, I'm not leaving. Someone else, Julia, who is in the chat, is leaving. I'm here for the next hour or so, and really excited to broadcast live from my closet to talk to you all about content repurposing. I can see that Hanny from repurpose.io just joined. That is definitely something we are going to be talking about today. So lovely to see you here. Hi, Anna. So nice to see you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, or like the reason you're signed up. You're like, I have to be part of this live today, so that I can be sure that Austin and I answer your questions. Austin is a repurposing pro. And I'm really excited to be here with all of you and with him to chat content repurposing. So it's 3:01. We are on time. We are going to get started. So for those of you that are like, what the heck is content repurposing? That is a question that I would not have known the answer to about 2 months ago, but it's completely changed my business, which is why this live and this YouTube replay is going to be here for you today. So content repurposing just means taking your content and using it in as many different ways as you can. Hi, Barophobia. Oh, and it's saying invite Socialty Pro to go live together. So let me see if that means I can get him in to chat. Hey, yo, wait, let me press the thing. And you're the one who asked the provocative questions. Well, I'm so glad you decided to come back. And one sec, I'm just accepting Austin because we're and it looks like we're getting him connected now. Hello.
Hey, Jill, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Austin?
I'm doing great. We did it.
We did it. We
Sorry
did
for
it.
being
It's so
2 minutes late. I literally wrapped up another call and I'm like, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Gotta talk
yes,
about
exactly.
repurposing.
Like our favorite topic, and actually Hani from please correct me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but from repurpose.io is in here as well. I know this is a topic near and dear to his heart as well.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier today. Not sponsored, but a great asset to use.
Absolutely. So why don't we just start? This recording also is going to be going up on YouTube. So for those who have no idea who one or both of us are or are watching this later, do you want to just start by introducing yourself? I'll introduce myself and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Austin Armstrong. I'm the CEO, co-founder of a digital marketing agency called Socialty Pro. We started as an SEO agency, but because of how fast I grew my company on TikTok, the last year and a half, we've been helping a lot of other companies grow their companies on TikTok, and really through repurposing. So because of the how fast TikTok grew, all of the other social media platforms sort of copied suit, and now short form vertical video works across the board. We've really worked in this repurposing strategy for all of our clients as well as myself. So I'm really excited to talk about this today, hear some of your stories and experiences, what you're doing with repurposing content and seeing it work for other people. And happy to answer any questions that anybody has so that we can all grow together.
Yes, all for one and one for all. And for those that don't know me, my name is Jill. I'm the Google Pro on TikTok and other platforms. I'm a digital marketing consultant, coach. I used to work at Google and now I consult about Google ads and I'm launching a course soon. It's kind of like all coming at me at once. It's my almost completed my first full year of entrepreneurship. But Austin and I have, I guess, seen each other's videos for a while and you sort of comment with someone and then like got into the DMs. We're like, have to do something together. We were going to talk about something else today, and then we decided like content repurposing. This is something both of us have been especially talking about a lot lately. So really excited to share that with you. So just as you were joining us now, sharing like what is content repurposing, because I'll admit even a few months ago, like I would have not have even referred to it that way. And so the way I think about content repurposing is just once I've gone through the effort to have one idea, one video, one email, one tweet, what are all the different ways I can use that idea to expand my reach across platforms? How do you think about like what is content repurposing?
No, that's really hitting the nail on the head. And I think it's so much easier now than ever before. Like I think we are in a small bubble right now of opportunity on social media growth. Like I go to conferences all the time and have gone to for years, and the conversation up until like 3 years ago was you can't repurpose. Content is not going to work across every platform. You need to create one piece of unique content for, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, whatever else that you're using. It has to be unique because it's not going to work. But that is not the case now. And Jill, and I know, and every business owner knows we're busy. So there's so many platforms out there now. There's constantly new ones rolling out. How can we save time but still generate results from all of these platforms? So absolutely, it's creating as good of a piece of content that you can around the wants, needs, and desires of who you're trying to reach online, with an understanding of can this content work across all of your platforms, or as many platforms as possible. So depending on your niche and your industry, you might not, like if you're a beauty product owner, maybe you don't need to repurpose it on LinkedIn. Maybe it won't work as good on there as Instagram or Pinterest or something like that. Having that understanding, but leveraging your time as well to maximize your potential growth and reaching a lot of audiences. And by the way, everybody, if you find this valuable, just double tap your screen for us so we can get the likes in there, because the more likes that come in, the more energized that we get, and the more that this stream surfaces and the more we can help you.
Awesome.
So that's
So
how
why don't
I
we
think
get into
of
specifics? I know a lot of times these lives people just like spout up here. Let's get like really down into it. So I'm going to share a specific example
right now of like something I've repurposed exactly how I did it. And I'd love for you to do the same and just go back and forth and take people's questions like that. So my current process for repurposing content, I am a TikTok first kind of gal, which is funny because I'm a Google Ads expert, but in my own business, TikTok, I just pull out the camera, blah, 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 there's my video. So I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of all my TikTok videos and three things that I recently like change my business to: one, service, who's in here right now, and two, people I've hired. So first of all, I just started using repurpose.io. I actually heard about it from you, Austin, and used your affiliate code. So thank you for the discount, and everyone should go to Austin's link in bio. And so with repurpose.io, just launched last week, I've set it up with a few clicks so that every time I publish a TikTok video, it saves it to Google Drive without the watermark. And that is just absolutely amazing. It costs $25 a month or $20 a month with the discount, and like worth every penny to me. So now I have all my videos in Google Drive ready to go. And then I just hired a virtual assistant. I found her on Instagram by searching virtual assistant, and she goes in and looks at all my new videos each week and reposts them onto IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Pinterest idea pins for me.
Wonderful.
And I don't get too in the weeds. Like, I know everything could be SEO optimized and keywords and all, but for now I'm like, let me just be there, and then I can work on being there better. So we use the same captions everywhere, the same hashtags everywhere, and she just reposts it there, and I get all that additional reach. And I would say of those three, Instagram Reels is definitely getting the most new followers. Like every time I post a reel, I get 5 to 10 new followers. And I'm a really small account. I know you have a huge following, Austin, so I'll be interested to hear some of your numbers.
Yeah, no, it just starts somewhere and builds consistency, right? So that's awesome. And just real quick, thank you everybody for double tapping your screen. We went from 90 hearts to we're over 1,100 right now, and we've doubled the viewership. So Jill and I want to provide you with as much information as we can, how we can help you. And if you take value away from this, just double tap that screen or ask us a question, because we would love to help you out to the best of our ability. And thanks everybody for jumping in here. Twin Home Experts, those guys are awesome. They were on the TikTok for Business panel with me at Video Marketing World in Dallas, which was awesome. Yeah, so I'll jump into some of my strategies. I've only been recently testing Repurpose.io. Fantastic tool. Our process has kind of been a little more manual up at this point, so I'm really excited to be testing this out. And quick thing here, quick mentality shift as I digress for a moment before I get back on track is, yes, some of these tools do cost money, but what is your time? What is the price of your time? How much do you price per hour your time to do a particular task? When I switched my mentality to that, I have been able to grow a lot faster, because I know that I can allocate my time towards other things that will generate me more money. And if I can save time on other things, or hire out or hire a tool that's going to save me on that, I know that my amount of time can be allocated elsewhere, and I don't need to worry about that. So yes, 20, 25 bucks a month or whatever, but it's going to save me literally hours every single month. And that is way more valuable. And I know that I can make way more money than 20 bucks, a month by focusing on other things. So that's one thing that I want to point out there. But what our current process is I am TikTok first as well. And that's just really a force of habit. As I've been posting on TikTok for almost 3 years now, 2.5 years or something like that. Sort of got in early, fortunately. And then we use a website called snaptick.app to remove that watermark. And I tested this process out first, and then I eventually hired someone to do this for me and for all of our clients. But we post them to Instagram as Reels, Pinterest as Idea Pins, YouTube Shorts, Facebook now as Reels, LinkedIn. I post them to Twitter, Google My Business. We post them on there. I tested Snapchat. I don't like it. Snapchat Spotlight. I posted like 10. I did a 10 video test, and they only approved 2 videos. So I'm like, on to the next. Thank you, next. And this week I've been testing an app called Rizzle, and I posted a video about this yesterday.
Saw that, yeah.
My thoughts are omnipresent approach. I want my face to be shown everywhere. And anecdotally from my own experience, I've had a lot of success on Pinterest. And even though Pinterest doesn't, from our idea pins, they're not clickable over to things, because I'm reaching over 700,000 views per month just from repurposing my TikTok videos onto Pinterest, people are coming over and saying on my Instagram, on my Twitter, on my YouTube, and saying, hey, I saw you on Pinterest, would love to connect. And so never underestimate that top of mind. But I'll wrap up and we'll keep going on the Instagram side of things. It was sort of slow growth for a little bit. But this past month, I've gained almost 14,000 followers on Instagram, just reposting my TikTok videos as Reels. So this month has really been exploding, 500 to 1,000 followers a day. And it's just from posting Reels, 2 to 3 every single day. I post 2 to 3 videos on TikTok. I'm not recommending this to everybody. Not everybody can handle the workflow. TikTok's my creative outlet for my crazy ADHD brain. And then I repost them to Instagram, and my staff member posts them to every other platform. Happy to answer any questions that people have here too.
Yeah, and I just want to call, I can see someone asking questions again and again about Google Ads. So I'll say, I'm not talking about Google Ads today. The purpose of this session is content repurposing, but I have another live already scheduled if you do have questions about Google Ads. There's a question here from Evolved Creative. Nice to see you. Do you always remove the watermark to repurpose to Reels? We're going to both nod our head. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. I actually tested because I'd heard people say, if you have the TikTok watermark, Instagram will suppress it. And I was like, is that a real thing or not a real thing? And I tested it and I posted a few Reels with the watermark and they got less than 10 views. So absolutely remove the watermark because it's definitely, yeah, let's press it. Anything on your side you want to respond to, Austin?
No, I totally agree. And I have heard some conflicting things on this because people will say, and you'll see videos on all of these platforms that do have the watermark. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you should do the same. Just because they, left it on and that video happened to do well, that doesn't mean that every single video that has the watermark on it is going to do well. Instagram has specifically told us they do not want repurposed content. Take the extra step. It's like 30 seconds to go to snaptic.app on your phone or on your computer, paste that URL in there and download it and re-upload it. It takes very little extra time. And it's so worth it. And even if they're not penalizing everybody right now, they're actively working towards it. So why not get ahead of the curve? Because if you're saying it's working for me right now, I don't care, I don't want to do the extra step. Well, what happens if they go back and they, implement an algorithm shift that says all watermark content, you're cut off, and then your account tanks? Why not prepare for that?
There's another question here from Hello Innerlight. Do you worry about using TikTok sounds on YouTube? I don't want any copyright violations. I'm curious to hear your take, Austin. The only thing I'll say on it first before flipping to you is that what happens is it means that whoever owns that copyright can actually monetize my short. So I posted stuff that'll have Build a B star 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 by Bella Porch in the background. I don't want to swear on a live. So that song is the background for a bunch of my videos. And so on all of those, that means that her music label can show ads on my videos. And now when I post videos, I actually use no music, or I try to use royalty free unless there's a really specific trending sound. What do you think about that, Austin? Because you create a lot more content than I do.
Yeah, so we do our best to use royalty-free music as well for that purpose. I've uploaded several hundred videos across multiple platforms onto YouTube, or multiple channels onto YouTube, and you will get that notification of copyright violation on there. Now, what I have seen, and when YouTube Shorts first rolled out, I attended their beta live stream where they had a webinar for us and they answered a lot of questions and whatnot. And this was a little over a year ago now, so things could have changed. But what they had said is essentially, it doesn't matter if it says copyright violation. It's not going to be a 1, 2, 3 strike on your account. It means that you cannot monetize that short if they get caught for that. But at the time, and they're slowly working towards this, shorts aren't monetizable anyway. So it really doesn't matter. It didn't matter anyway. That's what they told us. Keep it in mind, though. It's a valid question. We're still in the wild west of internet and copyright stuff. Could you get sent a cease and desist? Maybe. Can they take action? Could your short get taken down? Maybe. Can the copyright owner of that song run ads on your short? Eventually, yes, or probably yes, of course. Will it directly negatively impact your account? I don't think so right now.
And you bring up a great point that I want to get to, Austin, about objectives. I just wonder, one person has asked here, Sid Brenna, is there a way to rewatch this live? Yes, all lives are recorded. I'll be repurposing this and posting it on my YouTube later. And Austin, I'll share the recording with you. I don't know if you'll get it automatically, so you can do the same if you like. So both of us, our YouTube channels are at the links in our bios, so you can go subscribe, and this will be there later. But I want to come back to objectives. Something you've touched on a few times is about, the money that might be involved, or the time involved, or why you want to repurpose, and the reach. And so I'd love if you could share, and then I'll share as well, like, what is the purpose of being everywhere? Like, what is the actual business value? Because I think there's a lot of people who are watching us right now who are like solopreneurs, small business owners, do not have a spare dollar or minute in the day. So like, what do you see as the business value of all the repurposing that you do?
Yeah, so I want to be omnipresent and top of mind everywhere, so that I'm continually trying to provide as much value for free as I can. My entire process, how we grow TikTok accounts, how we do SEO, how we do repurposing, I hide nothing. If someone binges my content, I am thoroughly. My goal is if you watch my content, you're going to be a better digital marketer, and you're going to be able to market your business. So my ROI on that is to build the know, like, and trust. So no matter where they are, if they see my content and they take value on it and they implement it, great. They associate my face with their business success, even if they don't hire me. Great. I'm happy for you because you associate that with me. And I make it very clear in all of my social media bios, how they can opt into my value ladder and my funnel, essentially. So if they want to hire me for a consult, hire me. You can easily do that. If you want to hire my team to have our done for you service or coaching call, anything like that, buy some courses, etc., it's really easy to do. But because I'm staying top of mind everywhere, around the clock, 3 times a day on every social media platform, I'm breaking down their barriers and building that trust so that they see me over and over again. I'm constantly providing value. I'm not wasting their time. I'm not really asking for anything. I'm just giving genuine, helpful advice. It stacks. This is such a mindset shift for so many solopreneurs and so many people just getting into the space, that if you give free information away, if you give your best stuff away for free, they're still going to contact you and they're still going to hire you because they don't know what they don't know and they want accountability. So that's really my thought process behind that. I'd love to hear
really similar. Yeah, really, actually, I guess my expertise, what I do consults, my core consulting business is very Google Ads focused. But actually, my second most popular video ever is walking people through this know, like, trust and kind of showing my funnel. For me, I also want to be top of mind. When people think of Google, like a Google problem, go to Jill. And then it's funny because it's like, I actually can't help with a lot of Google problems. Like, people come to me for SEO and I'm like, actually, that's not my specialty. Google Ads is, but across TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter, I'm on a little bit different as well. I just want to be top. I'm the Google pro. Just when you think of Google, think of me. And I know that 99.9% of the hundreds of thousands of people who see my content will never reach out to me, afford my services, whatever. Totally fine. I love that I'm able to help them in their business. And I'm sure when someone comments on a video, like, I did this and it did XYZ for my business. Like, I feel so honored and proud. It's so fulfilling. And then for the 0.1% who can afford $300 an hour or $4,000 consulting project or whatever, then great. Like, I don't need a resume. I don't need to be on Fiverr and Upwork sending, like, they come to me, and I actually am turning business away because I'm too busy and launching a
Yeah.
course and on and on and on. So it's like really nice that it just fills that top of the funnel.
Yes.
And then, you know, trickles down to us.
Yeah.
Versus, I think the way I ran another business before on the side where I started it with paid ads and really built it that way, kind of bottom up to get the cycle going. Whereas now I'm just throwing tons of people into the top of that funnel, and people self-qualify as they grow to like and then trust and then buy from me.
Absolutely. And Evolved Creative brought up a really good point here. Yes, 1,000%. The minute I can afford Jill, she will be the one for me. And that's what it's all about, because maybe somebody is not at the point that they can financially hire you or I or any other marketer out there at this time being. Can we elevate you to a point that you could then hire us? Can we say, use our free tips, make more money, grow your business. Yeah. And when you're ready, we're here for you. We're here to help. I'll be honest as well. Another reason why I did this is I hate and absolutely refuse to cold call people, but I know that I need clients to grow a business, right? I hate it. Oh my gosh, it's just not me. I hate it. I hate pulling up a list and being like, hi, this is Austin from Socialty Pro. I'd like to talk to you about digital marketing today, right? I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to call any businesses ever because I'm selling through my content by providing value. They know how to contact me. I've already sold them because I'm providing them with information. I've already proven my expertise. I've already provided them with the steps that they can take. They don't have the time, but they trust me to reach out. That's why I've done this as well. I also love the
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Go in. Let's answer questions.
No, we got a few comments about, like, should I be on YouTube Shorts? Should I be on Reels? Whatever. So I thought it might be fun if you and I can kind of run through, kind of like rapid, like each of the big platforms, and I'm making up what I'm saying as I'm going along. Run through each and sort of like, are we there or not? And like quick take, hot take on what we think of it. Should we give it a try?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll pick one, I'll answer it, and then you answer it, and then you pick the next, you answer, I answer, and we'll go. It's fun to play games. Right. Okay. So first, start with IG Reels. I will say IG Reels, great for reach, terrible for engagement, but I'm there. What do you think of IG Reels?
IG Reels is my top secondary platform right now. I'm getting great engagement, great followers, great views, great leads from it.
That means his content's better than mine. Actually, I'll interrupt the game to say something quickly. I'm not saying that to be self-deprecating, but so many people be like, I tried what you said and it didn't work. And like, oh, I didn't get the views. I'm like, you still have to have good content. Just posting isn't enough to get the engagement from the followers.
Yeah. It's kind of like polishing a turd, right? you could put ads behind something, you could repost it everywhere, but if it's just not good, it's just not good.
It's just not good. Yeah. Okay, your turn. What platform are we going to do our hot take?
Great. I'm going to go with Pinterest. I am on there. I talked about it a little bit. It's the engagement's low, views are high, doesn't directly generate leads for me, but it's a secondary top of mind approach.
Got it. And for me, I am on Pinterest, just idea pins, very new to it. I see it as staying top of mind and reinforcing for people who already know me elsewhere, not expecting it to be a customer acquisition. But if you're an e-commerce business and you like actually sell a product, physical product, which you and I don't, I would rate that higher up. Yeah, and a quick question here, are you using Zapier for Repurpose? So I'm using repurpose.io, a virtual assistant, and I actually just hired a content repurposer who's going to take my TikToks and turn them into Instagram posts, which is cool. And Austin, you mentioned that you're using Snaptic and you have some staff helping with your repurposing as well. Do you use Zapier?
Yeah, not for this. I use Zapier for some other stuff. It's a fantastic tool. We don't use it for repurposing right now. We're sort of manual, but I will definitely be likely moving over to Repurpose.io.
Got it. Okay, next platform. Let's talk about Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter is somewhere that I am also newer to. I like it because I can speak to a very specific practitioner audience, which is different from my TikTok audience. But oh my God, the trolling I get there makes it almost not worth being there. So that's what I'm kind of dealing with on Twitter right now. It is not the same community as TikTok, that's for sure. What do you think of Twitter?
Yeah, it's a very different community. Lower engagement, very profitable, I'll be honest. And
Really?
it could be because of the type of content that I create, both sharing useful websites and tips. I've I've gotten clients and sponsored posts directly through Twitter much faster than any other platform. And I've really only been focusing on it the last 2 months. But when I see some sort of immediate ROI on that, I go all in. So I've started like retweet groups with other marketers and whatnot. And Jill, I'm happy to talk to you about that after if you want to get involved in that too. But it's been really cool for me. Growing slow, but highly targeted. I don't get as many trolls though, which is pretty good. Uh,
I think there's a gender thing going on with
oh,
no
I hope
insult intended to you. My trolls have all been, at least from their pictures, white men. So
not.
there's that. But quick questions, and then we'll pick another platform. So I saw that Social by Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Shared Descript, which is another tool I think I've seen you talk about, Austin, that people shared. That's great. And then My Marketing VIP is asking about Stephen Pope. I've seen Stephen Pope's content. I think it sounds great, but it doesn't appear to be for beginners. And so I think some of the tips we've been sharing here are more approachable because they don't require all the custom scripts and everything, but absolutely what he does looks really cool, in my opinion.
I don't know Stephen Pope. What does he talk
There's a
about?
lot of videos about repurposing and shows all these different automations from Zapier to this to that, and like you don't lift a finger, but like definitely I have not looked into the specifics of it. I've only seen his content, but it appears to be much more advanced, and that's part of his business model, which seems really cool.
I'm
Okay, I think
looking
I
at
picked Twitter. What do you want to pick next to talk hot takes?
yeah. Let's do let's do Facebook Reels. Newer kid on the block. Um, I use it. I have not seen much success on it at all. I've talked to a lot of people that have had booming success, viral video after viral video. I have not had much success in any regard, views, traction, followers, or anything. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on Facebook Reels.
Not even on Facebook Reels. I actually just created a Facebook page last week for my upcoming Google Ads course. I don't have a Facebook account, so I am, yeah, not a big Facebook user at all. So I guess we're both not as into that one. Let's do one more each, and then we'll go to some more of the questions.
Sure.
LinkedIn. I know you mentioned LinkedIn repurposing. So I don't repurpose most of my TikToks to LinkedIn because I'm one of those people who like I only add people on LinkedIn who I know personally, which I know isn't how everyone uses it. But LinkedIn was absolutely integral for starting my business. I would like experience things on TikTok and in Google Ads, and then I share on LinkedIn what I've learned and experienced. And through that, I'm now top of mind throughout my network. And my first clients all kind of came that way. And I'll run into people on the streets who are like, I feel like I see you everywhere now. I'm like, no, you just see me in your LinkedIn feed, but good, good. What about you? LinkedIn, what's your take?
Yeah, so we repurpose everything on LinkedIn. I haven't had as much successful traction on there as I'd like. I have gotten really high quality business leads on there. I haven't turned that into an actual client yet, a couple that I'm working on. So it is
Mhm.
promising. I'm not as hyper. I'm not treating LinkedIn probably with as much finesse as it needs to. We're just sort of reposting video, engaging question about what the video is about, set it and forget it. And I'll get some comments on there here and there, but not a whole lot of traction, to be honest.
Got it. All right. And then I guess landing with TikTok seems to be both of our favorites. Is that
Yeah. Yeah, let's end with TikTok. Oh my gosh, yeah, TikTok changed my life. Like just putting
it?
it plain and simple.
So tell us about that. How did TikTok change your life?
Yes, to not go too far into a winded rant. This was also 2021 was my full year as a full-time entrepreneur in my business. Um, Halfway through 2020, I was let go from my job, middle of COVID and whatnot. I had already started my agency, was already on TikTok. Uh, when I was let go from my job, I had a 2 month runway to bet on myself, and say, do I want to go all in on my agency, or do I want to try find another job in the middle of the pandemic? I went all in on my agency, and even more specifically and possibly dangerously, I went all in on TikTok. And in a matter of several weeks, it just worked. And it just sort of never stopped working. And I've, parlayed that into public speaking, which is something I've always wanted to do, coaching this platform, turning it into a service that I could repeat. So, TikTok worked for my business. Now we help other people grow on TikTok as well. But it is literally like I have more freedom, which does not mean more time. But first of all, fallacy. Yeah, more freedom, more income. And it's literally changed my life going all in. So, and it's all thanks to going all in on this platform, giving it a chance, and going all in. But that's how it changed my life.
Wow, I didn't know that part of your story. We actually have a very similar story, but you're like a year ahead of me and all this. So it changed my life as well. I was working at Google. I have to be careful. I left Google to go work at another company. It did not work out at that company very quickly. And so I also found myself kind of a year into COVID, without a job, having already like left Google and walked away from that big fat paycheck and equity and all that jazz. And I had 2 months of runway to figure out what I was going to do next. And actually started creating TikToks. I've been watching TikTok since the beginning of the pandemic. Like I saw your videos, I saw everyone's videos. And one day I was like, F it, I'm just going to post 5 videos today. And I saw at Sell Anything Online, Anaita, she's Australian. She has a package company and she posts marketing tips. Anyway, it was the first time I saw her mention Google Ads in a video. And the video had tons of likes. And I was like, people care about Google Ads on TikTok? And I started posting. And and kind of same thing. It was like for fun while figuring out what to do with my life other than drown my sorrows in wine. And then just a video took off after 10 days. People started messaging me, asking if they could hire me. The answer to that question is always yes. And to your point, speaking opportunities, teaching, coaching, up and to the point that like I actually don't offer managing Google Ads as a service anymore because I can't. I'm too busy with like teaching and coaching and whatever. Awesome. So also totally changed my life, my confidence. Yeah. Let's go to questions. Like when I think, sorry. Yeah.
No, I was going to say like, that's like TikTok is an unsaturated platform for basically every industry. And that's like the opportunity that everybody has. Like when I started talking about SEO stuff, I couldn't just like bust onto the scene on YouTube because it's been saturated by everybody on there. There's so much SEO content. I can't talk about that. But I was pleasantly surprised that there was nobody on TikTok really talking about SEO consistently, taking people behind the scenes, showing them that it can be easy, showing them that it can be sexy, it can be fun. Very similar to Google Ads. And I was like, people are interested in this? So same.
Wow. Okay. I'll keep talking about this. And DCPM Dan, hi Dan, has a question that I think you're better placed to answer than I am. Do you think there's still an opportunity to go rogue? I think still an opportunity to kind of blow up on TikTok.
Yes. So on TikTok, absolutely. So while it's growing very quickly, we learned at the end of the year that TikTok was the #1 most visited website, surpassing Google, which was absolutely wild. I kind of don't, I'll take it at face value. I use it. I don't have the data to back that up, but I read the headline. I think that's absolutely insane. But
I don't think it makes sense either. I'm glad someone else, but like, fair enough. It's a good headline.
Fair enough. I'll use it to my advantage. Yes. And it's growing very quickly. There's well over 100 million active users in the United States on TikTok now, over 1 billion active users. If you look at the amount of creators to users ratio, it's far lower than you'd think. More and more people are creating content. And then if you think about it from an industry perspective, it's even lower than that. So yes, there's a fair amount of us marketers on here. It's really smaller than most people would think. There's enough there, there's maybe what, 50? Is that too many? I don't know. Is there 50 marketers on TikTok doing anything meaningful? Maybe there's more than that. I don't know.
But then new ones
But that's
pop
pretty,
up. Like I'll see people pop up. I'm like, where did you come from? And then I'm like, wow, you're awesome. Like I feel like every week a new one, and it's great.
yeah. But in different industries, it's really not saturated. I talk a lot with real estate agents, and yes, there's more and more realtors getting involved on here, but not in your area. Not in your area. So if you're a local service-based business, it's wide open. It's wide open. And most industries, it's wide open on here. And you can model success of other businesses that are crushing it here on TikTok, and jump all in. So hopefully that answers your question. If your question was referring growing rogue and leaving your job, I would not recommend it. I'm not going to say to you, you need to leave your job and go all in on TikTok. Don't do that. That's not responsible. But know that it is an opportunity.
It absolutely is. And there's a question here from Sense to Spain. Do you think there's a B2B audience on TikTok, or is it just consumers? And I'd actually love to answer this. There's absolutely a B2B audience. I think what people forget is like B2B is people. Like we are B2B. We are businesses. So like people work at businesses and then they go home and they are a person. So absolutely. I actually just hired my accountant after seeing him on TikTok. And his story is similar. He was like on the holidays and just loves accounting and sharing his knowledge, posted some videos. I was like, I want to hire, he's my accountant now. Hired an accountant on TikTok. SEO expert. I just hired Goodbye Yellow Pages to work with me. Content repurposer I found on Instagram, but like, yes, absolutely TikTok. And any platform can be B2B or B2C. Like your audiences are everywhere, right? It's just about finding the right way to reach them and engage with them.
100% agree. Perfectly said. And Evolved Creative said here, yes, just started another niche account, reached over 250K in a couple weeks. That's incredible. Views or subscribers, or followers. Either way, incredible. Either way, that's awesome.
Another question of B2B. And you mentioned realtor TikTok, and someone was asking earlier, I'm not sure if they're still here, about real estate. Like real estate TikTok and feels just like the best thing ever. Have you worked with some like realtor clients on either TikTok or SEO or growth? Because it feels like the best platform for that.
SEO, yes. We've had a couple of real estate clients and consults and website audits and whatnot. I've done some consulting for some TikTok realtors, but I'm not actively working with one. I'd love to. Realtors, hire me. I will crush it for you. There's so many strategies that'll absolutely crush it. There's like a clear path, and it's just such a good way to nurture people on the fastest growing social media platform ever. It all comes down to providing value.
Yes.
Every business to business, that's what it's about. Who are you trying to reach? What are their problems? How can you provide value that answers those problems? Sell less, help more in every industry.
That's a great point. It's what we were talking about earlier for those who are just joining, weren't there, that like the way both of us have grown our businesses is sharing everything we know for free so that you all know us, like us, are willing to spend 40 minutes of your Monday afternoon like listening to us talk. And most of you will never, ever give us any money for our services, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But like the 1%, 0.1% who do are doing that because of the value we've provided to them, and that's great. And then for everyone else who's able to take that value and grow their business, like how amazing. That's what drives us to keep doing it. So absolutely.
My illusion is that somebody is like, I is talking to their friend and saying, you got to follow this Socialty Pro guy. You got to follow Jill, because I've just learned so much for them. I grew my business through their free tips online. This is an imaginary conversation in my head, but that I hope happens out there. That people just share the video, send it to a friend, tag a friend in there, and just spread the wealth. And even if they never contact me, I hope that we've made a positive difference in their life from some way or not, one way or the
And
other.
Talking about it is easy. It's the doing it that's hard. And people are like, oh my God, you're giving away your secrets for free. I'm like, I will tell you every literal thing I know about Google Ads for free. You have to actually do it.
Yeah, exactly.
For it to impact, whether it's SEO or TikTok or whatever, any kind of advice, not just marketing, the doing it is the hard part. So I also want to like knock us down to like, yeah, we're sharing everything we know and that's wonderful and it's value, but like you have to actually do it or decide I don't like that advice and not do it. Also totally your prerogative to grow your business. And that's really the hard part. Yeah.
Yeah, and the accountability, because that burnout is real, but like consistency is key, and you got to build that muscle. You got to build that muscle. Like I've been active. I've posted about 1,600 videos on this TikTok profile over the last almost 3 years, and if you do that math, that's a lot of videos every single day. Now it's natural. But at first, you got to have a content strategy. You got to plan it out, plan ahead of time, and just roll with it and stay consistent so that you can consistently grow online. Because even if you have all the tools to do it, you have the knowledge. If you're not actively implementing and building that muscle, you're not going to build that momentum. So accountability, consistency is really key to all of this as well. And that's why we give stuff away for free, because not everybody's going to do that. It's hard.
Yeah. Well, I know we've been on for quite some time now. So maybe just to wrap up, I know there are a lot of people who are probably like I was a year ago who spend all their free time on TikTok and watch a lot of TikTok, but have not flipped from being a consumer to a creator. And so I'm going to share my tip, and then I'd love for you to share if there's just like one tip you'd give to someone who like wants to get started and can't hire an expert, like is going to do it themselves. What's like one thing they could do today to start taking advantage of TikTok's explosive growth? And so I think the piece of advice I would give, it's how I got started, is don't try to just start from scratch. And although Austin may give different advice, I wouldn't even say start with a content strategy. Just find a video that you like, that you think speaks to your target audience, and duet or stitch it. Don't try to start from zero. Find a video that's already doing well. Feel free to do it to one of ours. We both leave our duets and stitches open, and just duet or stitch and add one piece of value to it. Just add one original thought, just add a piece of value to something that's already there. And boom, you have your first TikTok video. So that would be my advice for someone who can get started. Austin, what would you say to someone who like needs that little free push from one of us to get started with creating?
Great. What so well said. My tip is to just get started and be okay that your content is gonna suck, because all of our content sucks at the beginning, right? But one of the biggest problems to getting started is thinking that we need the best gear, we need the best lighting, we need the best audio, we need that content strategy, I need to study a little bit more, I need to know exactly how to structure every video. No, you don't need any of that. You are awesome. Everybody watching this, you are awesome. You have knowledge, you have expertise. Just start creating and then build upon it. You can get better. You can add all this stuff later. But if you don't build the muscle of just hitting post, all of this stuff doesn't matter. And you'll continue to find another thing that you need to do before you get started, or another thing you need to buy. All of it's irrelevant. Just start posting and then get better.
Yeah, just do it. Absolutely. Well, Austin, you actually invited me to go live together originally, so thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to get to hang out with you like this today. And thank you to all of you for joining us. If you just caught the end of this video will be on both of our YouTubes ASAP. Visit the links in both our bios, all that jazz, free newsletters, blah, 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 blah. And thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you, everybody. Jill, let's do another stream soon. We'll do some of the other topics that we had mentioned, and everybody, let us know on either of our videos if you want us to do another live stream and what topics that you think would be helpful for you. Appreciate your time so much. All right, take care.